The new-look Green Bay Packers have made a huge statement on a Sunday afternoon clash with the Detroit Lions. The newly acquired Micah Parsons and the Green Bay Packers defense shut down a very high-flying Lions offense that led the league in points last season. They were dominating so much that the Lions didn't even reach the end zone until a garbage time touchdown in the final minute of the game. Despite Micah Parsons dealing with a back injury heading into this Week 1 matchup against the Lions, Micah dominated Penei Sewell. He bull rushed Sewell, which disrupted a Jared Goff throw that resulted in an interception in the red zone. And with the Lions focusing so much of their efforts on Parsons, this allowed other Packers pass rushers to feast, as Rashawn Gary was the main beneficiary as he got home 1.5 times. And again, this was all thanks to Micah's presence in the defensive line. The Packers defense as a whole had 9 tackles for loss on Sunday afternoon. And don't worry, Micah ended up getting in on the fun as well, sacking Jared Goff in the second half to bring another Lions drive to an end. Under defensive coordinator Jeff Hafley, Parsons could flourish in this Packers defense, being deployed in various situations to harass opposing offenses. Jordan Love was solid in his season debut as he passed for a pair of touchdowns on an afternoon where he diced up Kelvin Shepherd's defense. After dropping 3 straight matchups at home against the Lions, it seems that the Packers have fired a warning shot to reclaim the NFC North for the first time since 2021 with this dominating Week 1 win. I know it's early, but I'm already worried about the Detroit Lions. With 3 new offensive linemen and 2 new coordinators, this version of the Lions didn't seem anywhere near the offensive powerhouse that they were in the last 2 seasons, especially when Ben Johnson was calling plays. In John Morton's debut, Detroit was abysmal offensively. They were held out of the end zone until the final minute of the game, and they were limited to under 200 yards until the final 3 minutes of this game. The Lions had 4 trips to the red zone, only scoring a touchdown on 1 of them when the game was all but decided. The other 3 drives resulted in 2 field goals and an interception. As I mentioned earlier, Micah Parsons dominated Penei Sewell as he had little to no answers to Micah's vast array of pass rushing moves. This led to Jahmyr Gibbs getting bottled up for 50 yards on 19 touches and Jared Goff under duress all afternoon. The last 2 years, Detroit's offensive line made its mark. They were the ones pushing around opposing defenses, and on Sunday, that script was flipped. The high-flying, explosive offense under Ben Johnson was nowhere to be found. On Sunday, it was stale and lethargic without any sense of aggression. Outside of a deep shot to Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jared Goff wouldn't attempt a single pass traveling over 20+ air yards until the game was out of reach. After a terrible performance like this, it raises concerns about Jared Goff and the offense. Can he run a top-flight offense without an elite OC, as we've seen him have success under Sean McVay and Ben Johnson, but not before or after? And this question will loom over the Lions throughout the entire season, as Dan Campbell's team will have to regroup, as even the defense got carved up by Jordan Love and eventually gave way to Josh Jacobs, effectively ending the game with a rushing touchdown early in the 4th quarter. Without Ben Johnson, this version of the Detroit Lions looks very tame and frankly pretty soft.